I just went upstairs into my mom's bedroom, started hysterical crying.
Imagine being a child yourself and discovering you're pregnant.
It happened to me. It can happen to you.
I faced a lot of stigmas when I became a teen mom.
I got pregnant at 13. I was terrified. I thought my life was over.
That's what happened to these 4 teens. Initially, Maddie did her best to avoid her reality.
I waited 3 months just in denial. I'd been really sick, and I told my mom, I think there's something wrong. My doctor did a blood test to check my thyroid and all my blood levels to see what was wrong with me.
And that's when the shocking news was broken to her by her mother.
She called me in the room and said, "You're 14 weeks pregnant." My heart dropped because I felt like I was about to lose my mom. I thought I was about to be yelled at, but she hugs me and tells me it's all gonna be okay.
Although Maddie received support at home, school was a minefield.
I had people posting all over their stories just making fun of me. People would put soccer balls in their gym clothes and be like, "I'm Maddie Lambert, I'm a teen mom."
Unfortunately for Maddie, the bullying just got worse.
These guys I didn't even know would send me addresses to abortion clinics. I'm all for abortion, but if you're going up to somebody who's posting about how excited they are to meet their baby girl, and you're sending them an address to an abortion clinic, it's just not right.
Maddie also had to get through breaking the news to the baby's father.
My daughter has a dad. We were together for about 6 months, and then we had broken up, and I was pretty heartbroken. About 3 months after we had broken up, I messaged him, and I'm like, "Hey, I need to talk to you whenever you have the chance. It's really important." I showed him the sonogram. It took him a while to come to terms with it.
Initially, they struggled, but they eventually found a way to parent together for the sake of their daughter.
We were teenagers, not only learning how to parent, but how to cope with co-parenting with your ex and figure out how to make that work. It took a long time, but we were finally able to come together and say, "Hey, this is our child. We're gonna put our feelings aside."
Happy birthday, dear Everly.
Nicole also received cruel comments following her pregnancy.
I've been called disgusting, irresponsible, that I should have kept my legs closed. My boyfriend and I started dating in early 2018. I was always in a lot of pain. I had ovarian cysts, and my doctor told me since I have those cysts, it's probably gonna be pretty difficult to get pregnant in the future, but he was still putting me on birth control to help with the cysts.
But Nicole actually stopped taking the pill because she started struggling with depression. Then she realised her period was late.
My boyfriend went out to the store, got a pregnancy test, came back, went in the bathroom, took it, and it said positive. I just went upstairs into my mom's bedroom, started hysterical crying.
But there was still another surprise to come. She was expecting twins.
After my sonogram, I felt relief that I had support from my boyfriend, from my mom. I decided to keep them.
After giving birth, life wasn't easy.
I was crying every day for a month and a half after having my babies because I was just going through so much. And I felt like there was just so much weight. Looking back, now that I'm older, that's way too much for a 16-year-old to be going through.
Nicole and her boyfriend have worked hard at raising their children despite being teen parents.
My boyfriend goes to work every single day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday, and work. I stay here all the time and take care of them. Yes, some teen parents go out and they don't take care of their kid, but that's not everyone. Motherhood just means so much to me.
Like Maddie and Nicole, getting pregnant was the last thing Brianna expected.
It was very much not a planned pregnancy at all. I always encourage protection, but you can still get pregnant using protection. It happened to me. It can happen to you. When I first found out I was pregnant, I just kept it to myself for a little bit.
Brianna was 16 at the time and her boyfriend was just 15.
The first thing he did say to me was, "I'm not gonna leave you." Abortion and adoption were just not in our plan, and we just knew that we really needed to take responsibility for what we had done. The first people we actually told was our youth pastor. They said, "You know what, a baby is a blessing," and they helped us even tell my boyfriend's parents. They said, "We love you guys, we will help you guys on this new journey."
Despite having a good support network, Brianna's pregnancy was tough.
I had this sickness during my pregnancy called hyperemesis gravidarum. I was extremely sick and I was malnourished and dehydrated. I had to go to the hospital. I was not able to continue public school. Noah also dropped out of high school to work full-time.
Teen parenting has been a humbling experience.
Beforehand, I thought that I was just the smartest 16-year-old you would have ever met. But when my daughter was first born, I had absolutely no idea what to do. She was placed on my chest. At that moment, I was just like, wow, this is my life now.
But Brianna struggles with how others treat her.
My biggest challenges with being a teen mom is just the pressure that society puts on you. You have people telling you that you need to do this or that. It's just mentally draining. Instead, I think that we should be encouraging teen moms to beat the stereotype, beat the statistics, change the stigma.
Teen mum Melissa had great support at home, but school was a different story.
I was 15 when I gave birth to my son Arthur. I first went back to school when Arthur was about 4 months old. He was still waking up throughout the night. It was definitely a struggle for me. A staff member at my school said I'd never make it anywhere in life. I was never gonna get through school.
But Melissa proved all her haters wrong.
I took my son to prom with me. He gave me that spark again. I bought Arthur a suit, dressed him up. He was my prom date. It was such an amazing moment. Everyone was just so happy to see him. Everyone was saying like how proud they are that I've made it through school. It was so important to take him to prom because he was the one that gave me the push and the courage to do it.
And the story of her special prom date went viral.
This was just a normal TikTok that I was posting the day after prom. Every time I was refreshing my TikTok, it was going up by thousands. I think it's about to hit 1.7 million. I've definitely been flooded with amazing comments, people calling me an inspiration, saying that they're proud of me. I have had a couple of negative comments, like the typical young mum's a bad mum.
But sharing her story opened her up to online bullying.
I faced a lot of stigmas when I became a teen mum. Elderly people, they've kind of got offended because I'm young, I'm unmarried. People saying that their taxes are paying for my child, which isn't the case. The only benefit that I claim is child benefit, which everyone's entitled to. Financially, it has been a little bit of a struggle. It's really important that teen mums get support because falling pregnant at a young age is really difficult.
The birth of Melissa's son has made her more determined to dream big.
I've got plans and I am going to go to college and hopefully do really well in the job that I want to do. I don't promote teen pregnancy, but I feel like there could be more awareness raised, especially in schools, just about sexual health and sex education. I want to raise awareness for the stigmas that come along with being a teen mum.
Although life threw these teens a major curveball, they say they wouldn't change a thing.
I thought I knew love. I never knew it until I held Everly in my arms.
No matter what anyone says, because of my age, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I've got this amazing child who is the most loving, caring baby.
Don't listen to the haters. You can take care of your little one and be an amazing parent. I am seen.
Are you?